Different watches say different things about you. This is What Your Watch Says About You, Volume 2. So the first one I want to mention is Panerai. You know, at some point, Panerai used to say a lot more about you than it does now. Back in the day, the brand was a lot more popular and was definitely very hot. Right now, it has simmered down dramatically. I'm not really quite sure exactly what is it that happened to Panerai. However, the thing about having a Panerai is I've always felt personally that it was more of like a watch guy's watch, you know. The normal random public doesn't just walk in and just buy a Panerai for their first watch. So usually when you bought a Panerai, it's because you definitely have been following the watch hobby and you've been infecting your brain with just wanting something different and something with a bit more of a military look to it. At the end of the day, that's what they originally were designed for. So if you own a Panerai, what it says about you is you definitely like watches and you didn't buy that watch by coincidence. I have one. I have the PAM, what is it? Oh, PAM 104. I have a PAM 104. Gave it to my dad, but it's still a good watch. Next up would be the Rolex Submariner Hulk. So what does this watch say about you? What it says about you is that clearly you don't want the classic Submariner that everybody has. Can't tell you the amount of times that guys would come in with their girlfriends or wives and sit there and say, I want the Hulk. And their significant other says, ugh, I don't like that watch, it's ugly. So what does the Hulk say about you? It says you have balls and you bought the green because you felt like it. If you bought it before the rise, even more balls. Now it's easy to buy it because it's a hype watch and it's the discontinued Hulk and blah, blah, blah. But what it says about you is you definitely didn't want a regular sub. Can't tell you how many guys got shut down because their girl said, ugh, it's ugly. I'd always put that thing on and change their mind. All right, next, what is the next one? A Chrono, AP Chrono. Next is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Chrono. What does this watch say about you? It says AP gang. Yes, it means that you don't want a Rolex, that you want to go to the next level. It also says that you can afford to go to the next level. When these watches were $17,000, it was still an equal rise from the Rolex. Now that the Panda's almost seen $40,000, well, of course the Chrono's gonna be higher as well. But what that watch says about you is you definitely don't want a Rolex. You want the next level. AP to me has always been one tier up from Rolex. Yes, I know guys out there, you know, there's guys out there that won't even buy an AP. They stick to Rolex and Patek, but this definitely is not for you. You want something that's sportier, that has different lines, that grabs more attention, and definitely is a classic. If you were able to buy one of these early on when they were cheaper, then you definitely are a visionary. And if you bought them now with the prices way over retail, then you're definitely a badass. Next is the Rolex Yachtmaster 2 Yellow Gold. So immediately what I think about when I see this watch is it says, I'm from Miami. I feel like they haven't sold more of that model anywhere else in the world than right here in Miami. Nothing says I'm wearing a Rolex than a 44 millimeter yellow gold Yachtmaster 2 with a blue bezel that says what? Yachtmaster 2. So what does it say? Well, it definitely says that you want a larger size watch. You definitely want to stand out and you almost want the vulgar version of a yellow gold watch from Rolex. That's just simply what it says. Don't get me wrong, at one point, I remember when it first came out, it almost didn't look as big as it looks today. The more I wear it now, I find it bigger every day. It's like that saying, tell me you're from Miami without telling me you're from Miami. Last is gonna be the Patek Philippe Nautilus. So what does this watch immediately say about you? It says you wanna whip it out and slap everybody in the face in the watch game with it. That's what it says. Why? Because, well, you simply can't get it. And it's like a win-win situation. If you bought it early on, when nobody was even buying these things, again, you're a visionary, just like the AP Royal Oak, and you got it early on. And if you bought it now while they're over retail, then once again, you whip it out and slap somebody in the face with it. the thing about the Nautilus is that it's kind of very tricky because it depends who's wearing it, okay? There are gonna be guys that are gonna wear this that you're gonna see what they want is to not call a lot of attention, because the Nautilus is a watch that really doesn't call a lot of attention. It's very subtle. As opposed to an AP or a Yachtmaster Yellow Gold, it just doesn't really grab that much attention. However, depending who's wearing it can clearly attract more attention, and maybe that's just what they want. They want that attention and say, hey, look at me, I'm on the bandwagon, I got a Nautilus. But what it definitely says is, wow, you have a watch right now that's disgustingly over retail. So yeah, I say Nautilus in general because it doesn't really matter whether you're getting a 5711 or going all the way up to the new 5990. Nautiluses are not easy to get at retail. You're not gonna be the new flipper fanboy that's gonna go to the dealer and just buy these things at retail. Chances are, if you got one at retail in the last 2 years, you really are somebody. So that's what the Nautilus says. It says, I am somebody. Who is somebody? A visionary or a baller that paid over retail. So feel free to comment below what you think about what these watches say about you. And if you like this video, like and share it. Also, subscribe to my new YouTube channel now, damn it.